The attractiveness of a city is very important for its economical potential. It's important to attract young people to cities who like to live here and what we call interact with each other in working in their free time, and that makes cities successful, where we are here in Amsterdam, which is an example of this. We've been visiting Perm, and in Perm you see a huge city center which is in fact quite empty. There's very little feeling of centrality or authenticity, and these places which people like, these interactive places, Perm seems to lack that. We think that in a city like Perm, it is very important to place the projects which you are going to build, like the Opera House, on very strategical places, where these projects are attached to districts or areas where there is some sort of a connection, to make these projects to real catalysts for urban development. So it's not a project just standing by itself, but it's a project which can really enhance the neighborhood and the quality of city living in Perm. We think you should make sharp choices in that. That's why we advise to make a real cultural district, and with the Opera House and the museum as catalysts for this area in the 18th century part of the city, to make a real business hub which is about meeting for people, but also for services and for offices and residential housing along the railway station, Perm 2, which will be a sort of a hub for transit. And we think it's very important to develop the water side as a very attractive residential area, which can be really super class for people who want to live in Perm. Developing these areas in a successful way, so more than only the buildings, but the areas in a successful way, demands a very close collaboration between the development of the buildings and public space. And especially along the hub, along the railway station, it's about a very good interaction between public and private investments, so that this business hub will really, and this shopping center will really be part of the urban fabric and not just an isolated place. Perm needs smart phasing. The 300 years event can be a great moment to create momentum in the city. We think that the private developers need some clear guidelines, but also some incentives to invest into the existing urban fabric. And I think it's very important to make Perm successful, that these few districts which we define will be developed in a coordinated way, which means that the city would have to really stick to its own plan.